Hi, this is Mark Strong, Director of Veterinary with Multi-Radiance Lasers, back with you and talking about the ACTIVet. When we launched the ACTIVet, it really shook up the world of veterinary laser therapy because all of a sudden you had a device that was cordless, very portable. You could take it out in the field. It was completely safe. It had a 1M classification with the FDA. And here was something that you could take with you as a veterinarian to make barn calls. And you could prescribe this for your clients that are in the competitive world, especially with horses, where they could take this on the road with them. Using laser therapy, which is a very, very safe, very effective way to reduce pain, improve blood flow, and even generate new ATP. So when there's an injury that may be something that happened after an event, now you have a way to speed up the healing on those injuries and get your animal and yourself back into competitive form much faster than could be done before. So this ACTIVet was an amazing tool, and we sold a heck of a lot of these, and they were very valuable out there in the field. But how do we improve on that? It had 25 watts. It was very powerful. It had great depth of penetration. Obviously, you can't reduce it much smaller in form factor because it has a nice grip to it. So what do? Well, we just innovated again. Welcome to the new ACTIVet Pro. The Pro, well, it has double the power. Now it's 50 watts of super pulse power, and amazingly, it still has the same safety rating, a 1M. Now, what does 1M mean compared to a class 4? Well, it's the difference between something very hazardous and something completely safe. The 1M classification means that you can use this like an over-the-counter device. You can use this at events. Your FEI judges internationally, your U.S. judges for the agility dogs. That means that this is something that can be turned on in a public venue and not cause any harm to anyone else. So where class 4s are being banned even at veterinary conferences because incidental eye contact could cause vaporization of water in the eye, it could cause a burn. Not so with the ACTIVet super pulsed lasers, and not even with our Pro with 50 watts. And then we gave it a 900% increase in this amazing blue wavelength, that 465 blue wavelength, which is so good for speeding up healing. So now we're using this in conjunction with our visible red, our infrared, and our super pulse laser to give you this wonderful synergistic combination of wavelengths and frequencies so that you have this phenomenal tool to take with you anywhere in the world. And I know mine lives in my backpack. So it's something that I never have a problem getting through TSA with either. So just like before when we had this nice transportable case with our ACTIVet, welcome to the new world of laser therapy with the ACTIVet Pro. Today we're going to take you through some of the operational features. We still have these wonderful probes for you that use acupuncture and wounds and dome probes. So come with us. We're going to talk about the new ACTIVet Pro from Multi-Radiance for veterinary. So welcome to the brand new ACTIVet Pro. 50 watts, super pulsed power, a 900% increase in blue, nice solid feel to it, same silicone sleeve that peels off to be disinfected because many times we're working with really nasty wounds. But this new ACTIVet Pro really has a solid feel in your hands. Very easy to operate, just like the ACTIVet. Hand over the front, push down the power button, you hear that distinctive beep, and then you get an option to self-test or not. We'll push the left-hand arrow to say no. Every 2 weeks or so, you might want to go through a self-test. One quick no, and you're ready to go into the ACTIVet Pro mode. So you're in the ACTIVet Pro mode, hit select. Your next option is to choose the frequency. Do we want to stimulate? Do we want to inhibit? It defaults to 50 hertz. The right arrow takes you to 5 hertz. The next arrow takes you over to 1,000 hertz. Now we're above that threshold. Now we're inhibiting. You can go to 1,000 to 3,000 to reduce that swelling, and we'll go over that in our manual in a few moments. And so on up through all the different frequency options. But if we wanted to come back to 50 hertz as an example, we just push select. Now it asks you what timing. Is it a minute? Well, maybe it's 2, 3, 4, or 5 minutes. Select the time that you want to deliver that dose, and then press select. Now you've selected your time at 5 minutes and push the start button, and you're in operational mode. Pretty darn simple, wasn't it? So now you have this very, very bright new set of diodes. These are state-of-the-art. They're much smaller than before, much more advanced, but much more intense as well. So as bright and powerful as this was before, just think about doubling on the power and think about a 900% increase in that blue. While we're at it, let's show you that blue. Push this to stop. Go back on your back arrow here, back to the ACTIVet Pro. Push that right arrow again and just come through the modes. Now you're in blue mode. Push select. Now you have the option to use it at half power. Let's go all the way to 100%. Push the right arrow. It's no more complicated than that. Press select. Now, just like before, you select your time. Let's go for a couple of minutes on blue, and now push your start button, and here you are in the blue mode. It's just that easy to operate, but very intense blue, very good against infection. Why? Same theory as before. When you're causing oxidative stress to these bacteria, they just die. They can't mutate around it. It's very effective even against those drug-resistant bacteria, including MRSA. And we're getting really great reports back from our vet schools and from the field on how well this blue is being used to reduce that infection. So just that simple. Push the stop button again, and you're out. Great menus, easy operation. That's the ACTIVet Pro. We'll go to the next step now with the manual. So this is the new ACTIVet Pro system. Comes in a great new case. We've really stepped it up a notch. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Your ACTIVet Pro system contains everything that you need to deliver terrific outcomes, whether you're a companion animal vet, an equine vet, exotics, or one of my favorites, of course, the elephants. Everything you need is right here. The companion animal protocol manual starts off. We'll go through that in detail. The equine protocol manual also included, full color, very detailed. A separate manual for your probes. Many of you are used to using these and loving them because they give you so many options and flexibility, whether it's wounds, whether it's acupuncture, whether it's stomatitis and otitis cases. Those attached to the ACTIVet Pro just like with the ACTIVet. Next item, of course, is your warranty. You want to get that registered right away. Another nice new feature of the ACTIVet Pro, a 3-year warranty. That's right, we added another year warranty to the ACTIVet Pro. Here's a basic operating manual. You want to look through that. There's a lot of good tips on how to reach and access different controls, how to access your favorites, how to access one of my new favorites, the Beast Mode. All of that's contained right in the operations manual. The ACTIVet Pro itself. We've told you this 50 watts. This is amazing. Still super pulsed, so you never have to worry about thermally overloading the tissues. Safe 1M FDA classification. Lots of times we get questions about that. Unlike a Class 4 laser, you can take it anywhere. At the veterinary conferences, the Class 4 people are told to not turn those things on. There's too much public danger. The water in the eye can be vaporized. Someone could be burned. So the new rules are very clear and succinct. Don't turn that on. And if you're going to a competition, an equine or agility dog or anywhere else in the world, this is the laser you want to take with you because this is the laser that can be used anywhere. Veterinarians, riders, experts are finding out that the pre-event conditioning is such an important feature to reduce pain levels. Horses, it's trigger points. It could be arthritis in those agility dogs. But the ability to precondition an animal and make him really comfortable is a fantastic advantage. They're loving this as a pre-event conditioning tool. Then afterwards, to reduce inflammation faster, recover faster. Maybe there's been an injury and you want to start healing it right away. You have that ability. You have this tool with you anywhere you go and use it all the time. No prohibitions. Same-day use is fine with the FEI judges internationally for equine events. No restrictions with the agility dogs. So you as an ACTIVet Pro owner have that ultimate flexibility to use it whenever you want to. So next item, there's a strap, of course, for the case. And there's a charger. Use time on this, you're still getting hours and hours and hours of continuous use. It's probably going to run about 6 to 8 hours of continuous operation. Typically, that's enough to last for several weeks. The next are the probes, as I mentioned before. You have the same 4 probes, and all of these things come with your ACTIVet Pro system. We'll come back in just a moment and talk about the protocol manuals, but these are all the components in your ACTIVet Pro. You can order yours today. We'll have it to you within 3-4 days max. This is the tool you want. This is laser therapy redefined, made safe, and incredibly effective. So let's talk about this companion animal protocol manual. Our customers really appreciate the level of detail we go to give you great technical support, but also thoroughly detailed manuals. We want you to be able to handle all the different conditions that you find in your practice. You have the 3 major categories of inflammation, wound healing, pain management, but then we address those specific conditions that you see every day, like hot spots, pyoderma. In the cats, the stomatitis, those horrible mouth ulcers. With the dogs with the big floppy ears, otitis is a big deal for them. Post-ops, fractures. How to speed up the healing on wounds by using less dose consistently. Low and slow works so well in so many cases. But the great comfort to you is knowing that you can hand the ACTIVet Pro to a technician and not worry about liability or thermal damage. So today, this protocol manual, let's go to the best page, my favorite. If you don't read any other page, make this your favorite. In fact, we always recommend that you photocopy this one and laminate it and keep it with the laser. We know some of you like to read protocol manuals in great detail. We know some others are very experientially oriented, and you just want the facts because you're extremely busy. This is the page for you. This gives you all the settings and the frequencies and the protocols in one easy-to-manage page so that you can quickly select 50 hertz because you want to improve the blood flow. Maybe you want to start out with the unwind protocol. That's our 1000 hertz. Slowly scanning from the base of the skull down the tail, separating that thick fur if necessary, but slowly scanning about 1 centimeter per second, and the animal finds it so relaxing. That fractious cat that needs to be relaxed, that's a great way to start. That older dog, so many of you have elder dogs in your practice with really tough arthritis. You might have to lift them up onto the exam table. You really will be amazed at how well they respond. That systemic endorphin release that helps them relax and be much less painful. I think oftentimes will hop off the table. You'll see that tail wagging, their eyes will start to sparkle. All of the details you need to operate your ACTIVet Pro are right in this protocol manual for the companion animal practitioner. Now, we've become very big in the equine world. I don't think there's any company out there that sells more lasers to the equestrian world than Multi-Radiance Medical. So we have just as much detail in this manual for you. Buck shins, degloving injuries, an abscess infection. Same thing with the unwind protocol to get that horse nice and relaxed. Trigger points, you'll be amazed at how fast when you palpate and you locate those trigger points and how fast they release using this laser, especially the ACTIVet Pro, with even lower dosimetry requirements because you're speeding up the dose delivery, but you're doing it safely.